Now, a Girl Called Hope is a charity that was established. Well, initially it came from an idea from Pastor Marie de Jong from Life Church in Auckland back in 2004. It was established in 2007, and it's a place of healing for young New Zealand women 16 plus who are facing challenges, which these days I'd say there would be a lot of women in that bracket. A lady who's been at the helm since the beginning, involved in the beginning, is Kerry Petrie, and she now joins me in the studio. Good morning, Kerry.
Good morning, Liz.
Good to see you again.
It's lovely to be here. Thank you.
Kerry and I go way back, actually. We used to work together.
We did.
And that was a lifetime ago. I'm thinking late 90s. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
it must have been. Yeah.
Hey, but I mean, you've been involved in this charity for a really long time. 2007, that's you must have seen a lot of changes. Did you ever imagine when you sort of signed up in your heart to be involved that you would be here 2004 still going, 2024, beg your pardon, still going strong?
I don't know. It's one of those things when you feel that, okay, this is the season that you're in and leading an organisation. Yes, while you look ahead, you don't really know what's going to come with the changes. And so it has definitely been a change of season for us and for everybody in the world, actually, over these last number of years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been a journey. Yeah.
How is it, and COVID and that sort of thing impacted what you do with these young women? Because you obviously probably had to pivot in terms of how you would work and support these kind of girls.
Absolutely. And we use that word pivot because everyone does. And sometimes I think, is that just a cliche? But
Yes.
actually that is what COVID brought to us. We were originally a residential program, and with COVID, we managed to work through that. But then with our second lockdown, the extended lockdown in Auckland, which was longer than we all anticipated, we actually couldn't get residents into the Auckland area and let alone staff, for what we would need to do. And so that, with each challenge comes opportunities. And so with that, we actually started doing some online wellbeing courses. And from there, we're like, actually, this is maybe a new direction for us. And so we have continued on that journey and developed a whole new program, which just means that people can journey with us, not having to leave their communities, but we can support them in their communities and work on the goals that they want to work on and still bring change, which is what we're all about.
So as I mentioned in the intro there, you've got young women 16 plus. What sort of what sort of ways are you supporting? What sort of issues are these young women facing?
Well, it can be anything, so for some of the women that we are journeying with now, they may actually still be, they may be studying, they may be at uni, or they may be able to work in a job, which is great that we can still help them. So we're not pulling them away from community. I would say like depression, anxiety, especially are the ones that are really up there. But I guess it's anything where, because we've kind of turned our focus more on their wellbeing goals. So it's looking at what they want change from or what they want help with. What tools do they need? And so with our Pathways to Hope program, we have a wellbeing coach that works out with the person.
Yeah.
What is it they want to work on, and then start making goals of how they can achieve that. And that's looking holistically, so you're looking at all areas of their life.
I just think of when I was 16, I think most 16-year-old girls could have done with that, right? Just having somebody come alongside you and coach you and encourage you.
Yes, totally. And what's interesting is that we're starting to get a few of the older women coming and approaching us as well, because, often there is a focus on young women.
Yes.
And so often the 30, 40-year-olds don't feel like they can access these things as well. So that has been quite a change for us, lifting that age limit. So, we've had people that are near retirement on some of our courses, and others, at the moment work with some people with young families. So, it's just widened everything.
Yeah.
And so everyone's struggles are individual to themselves, and that's what we like to do. This is what we call a tailored pathway.
Yeah.
Work out what it is that's going to help that person.
Yeah, and everybody's struggle is valid, right? Because that
Absolutely.
is their journey. You don't need to compare yourself to that person. Oh, well, they're dealing with X, Y, and Z. I shouldn't have this issue. I feel a lot of us kind of can do that when we're older. Just sort of try and explain things away. Nevertheless, you might be suffering from bad anxiety or panic attacks
Absolutely.
or whatever it is.
Yeah, or just those mindsets. And, one of our skills toolkits that we call online is around changing your thinking habits and patterns, so it's like those immediate thoughts that come through that might consume you, like how do we change that, or another one is about building resilience. So they're all practical and they're interactional. So lots of learning and we're getting lots of feedback, but we'd love to have people participate, and really that's our heart, helping people.
Yeah, so is it one-on-one or are they sort of group things?
So Pathways to Hope with the coaching and counselling, that's one-on-one obviously, and so if you're out of Auckland or not near where we are, we're based on the North Shore, that would be on a Zoom platform or something similar, otherwise it's in person.
Yeah.
But the courses are in groups, so online you might have up to 10 people, sometimes just 2 or 3.
Okay.
And it's interaction, as I said, so it's facilitated. You're with one of our staff.
Yeah.
And so it's not like you can just go and sign on and do an online course and, beaver away on your own.
Yeah.
It's actually
about building
community and building those skills so that then you can practice them and then come back the next week. So they each run for an hour and a half for over 4 weeks.
Okay.
And we run them in the evening or on a Tuesday morning.
Awesome.
So,
yeah. And in terms of the sort of feedback you get from people who've been through these courses, what sort of stories do you hear, Kerry?
Yeah, that's the exciting part for me because, I just am very passionate about people moving forward in their journeys. And just thinking recently, we do a Shine Woman online course, which is in the evenings. There's one coming up in April.
Yeah.
And I was just looking through some of the feedback recently. One of the participants that was on that last year, her whole life has changed because she was not in a good place and she realised that she wasn't, and so changed her whole vocation, and now is doing some of our toolkits and looking at doing some facilitation of Shine Woman in her own area. So, it's just completely changed her life. Another young woman, I know that she was, anxiety was her main issue. She found it really difficult to leave her bedroom.
Yeah.
So that was one of her moving forward goals, like how can we help you to actually move from actually feeling safe outside of your bedroom and venturing out. And so, when you hear those stories, that's what we're about, bringing change.
For sure. And is it aimed at people who are Christian, or do other people kind of end up on those courses as well? Yeah,
it's open to everybody. I mean, we are a Christian organisation.
You're not going to hide that.
Yeah, we don't want to hide that. And we're very upfront about that. That's where we're coming from.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that people that don't have a faith, they're welcome to be part of our courses or be on the pathway as well. As I said, it's individual. So it's the goals that matter to them.
Yeah. Now, just in closing, what are Pathways to Hope? That's a sort of a separate course, is it?
So Pathways to Hope is what we call our program. So with that would run typically between 3 and 6 months.
Okay.
Where you'd regularly meet with our wellbeing coach, and then she would look at, okay, what are the courses that you might like to access as well, and do is counselling something that would be good for you. So together you kind of work out what it is, but it's really journeying with them more than just a 4-week. One-off course. So you can do the courses without being on the Pathways to Hope.
Okay.
But being on Pathways to Hope, you have access to all of what we do.
More of a wraparound service.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, so for people listening, they might think, oh, well, I wouldn't mind finding out more about that. Maybe I would like to do something like that for myself or my granddaughter or my daughter or something like that. Is the best place to go to your website, Kerry?
Yeah, it sure is. So it's a girlcalledhope.org.nz. And you can navigate your way around our website. There's a section called Pathways, but there's also one on our courses. So, we'd love to hear from you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
agirlcalledhope.org.nz. Kerry Petrie, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to click on like, subscribe, and notifications. See you next time.